Private Eyes on K-LITE 101.7. It's a couple minutes before 9 o'clock and running just a teeny bit late with this segment, but so well worth it. And first of all, we want to thank Earl Minnis for being our presenting sponsor, a benefit for CADA and all of our nonprofits in town. A reminder that take a look at your nonprofit that you generally support and see what you can do during these times. And we are doing our Music That Matters Now series featuring a different musician every day. We've been doing this for almost a month now, and we've had on some amazing musicians, and today we are just thrilled to have on the line Olivia Newton-John. Of course, singer, songwriter, actress. So many of us have been fans of hers for oh so long, and we're just thrilled that she's with us this morning to talk with us about the power of music, a little bit about what's going on in her life, and just share some time with us this morning. Olivia, thank you. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Really well, thank you. Really good.
Hey, Olivia, when I told our daughter and granddaughters we were going to be talking with you this morning, they were beside themselves. I mean, they couldn't believe it, so I'm sure you're aware of this. You still have fans of all ages.
Isn't that amazing? Yeah, every generation, a new generation discovers the movie. It's incredible.
Yeah. Oh, love it. But I was reading that I did not know this, but your first venture into music was actually an all-girl band when you were in your teens, very briefly.
Yeah, yes, three other girls, and we would go to these traditional jazz clubs on the weekends and sing, and we had a lot of fun.
Is that when you really fell in love with music?
I'd always loved music, and I'd always loved singing, but I think all those experiences kind of tailor your mind towards what you really want to do. So that was one of my earliest stage experiences, and we had a good time.
Well, you came to, and I first on the scene like in 1971, the early 70s, back when they played music on AM radio. Man, you had us. What was it like turning on the radio back then? And hearing yourself on the radio would seem like all the time.
Oh, gosh. Well, it was thrilling, of course. I mean, it was the first time you hear your song on the radio or one of your songs on the radio, it's extremely thrilling. And because radio was the main thing, and so they used to announce the singer, which I really miss, actually. So I was trying to find out who people are, and I can't grab my phone fast enough.
Well, by the way, we still play your music here on K-LITE, which we have been doing for years. But of course, I'm sure many people will remember back from the 70s, I Honestly Love You, Have You Never Been Mellow, Please Mr. Please, but then Nothing Like Grease to propel you into fame. How did you land that role, and did you have any idea at the time what that would do for your career?
I was very friendly with Helen Reddy, who wonderful Australian singer who came before me. Had the song I Am Woman. I don't know if you're familiar with it, but of course you are. Well, Helen Reddy and her husband Jeff Mould at the time invited me to dinner at their house, and Alan Carr was at the dinner party. He had apparently wanted to meet me, and so we started talking about it, and he told me that he was making this movie, and I didn't know, I'd never seen the play, I didn't know anything about it, but I said, I'm not really sure about doing a movie. I just made one that was a disaster. I made another musical in England before that. Quite a few years before it, but still I was a bit movie shy, if you could say. They called me up and asked me about it, and I said, I'm not sure about that, and they said, well, go see the play. So I went to see the play. I was in London, and I saw Richard Gere as Danny Zuko. Yeah, so that was the first time I saw the play. Anyway, going on here, anyway, they pursued me, and I kept saying no, and then they said John Travolta to see me, and then how can you not say, okay, I'll think about it. I said if I could do a screen test to make sure I wasn't too old. I was all of 29, and I obviously looked young, but I thought I was too old. I said, I had to do a screen test, so we did a screen test together, and I thought it went very well. I agreed to do the movie. So I was a reluctant Sandy.
Originally, Sandy's last name was Dombrowski, wasn't it?
Yes.
What did they do? They changed the last name, obviously, and where you were from.
Well, then the next thing was they said, well, you need to do an American accent. I said, I don't really know that I can do that, so there's another problem. So they said, okay, we'll make you Australian. Very, very fortunate, very fortunate. And, yeah.
We are thrilled to be talking with Olivia Newton-John this morning, and you just mentioned your co-star John Travolta, and I understand that the two of you still make appearances together. Is that right?
Yes, last year we did. I don't know if this will happen again because of the world situation now, but we did a good reunion. We did the movie, the sing-along movie. John and I were there, and we met the people after the show, and they were all dressed up. We were dressed up. It was so much fun. It was really, we did a Q&A.
You're talking about the times that we're going through, and that's part of why we put this segment together, Music That Matters Now. So how is your life right now? How has it changed, and what kinds of things are you doing? And
you know, I'm actually one of the fortunate ones in that I'm really enjoying this downtime, and I don't feel it's a bad thing because I'm really enjoying the quiet and getting a chance to be in one place at one time. I am very aware of so many people struggling and having a hard time, but as I fall into two categories, I can't really go anywhere. I have to be really careful. So I've been at home and learning to bake bread and and cooking 3 meals a day and organizing my house, and I've actually very grateful for this time, and I'm very aware that it's extremely difficult for many, but I'm very, very grateful to be in the position that I can enjoy this time.
you mentioned that you are susceptible on a couple of levels, and very well known as people look up to you as a cancer survivor. Talk to you a little bit about your foundation and also a new book that you have out. But you sort of, I'm guessing, have a different perspective on life anyway. But you're doing very well and very healthy, right?
I'm doing very well. I feel very, very fortunate. I have an incredible husband who's a plant medicine man and has been involved with plants and in the Amazon for many years, and now he's been growing cannabis for me, but he's been extremely important in keeping me healthy, and so I'm very grateful for him and all his knowledge about the different kind of plants in the Amazon. I take a lot of them as well. But no, I'm very, very, very lucky to be doing very well, and I have a lot of gratitude at the moment, extra gratitude.
You've been an activist for so many different causes over the years, of course, cancer research, animal rights, the environment, health issues. Where did that stem from, your desire to increase people's awareness on so many different issues?
I think probably responsibility from my parents, who, they were very nervous about me going into show business anyway, and what was I going to do with my life, all these things. And my parents were very conscious people, and I think you pick it up from your background. And I think because I am so grateful and so fortunate, then you feel like you want to help other things. And I feel I have great empathy for the animals and people in trouble and the earth. And when I had breast cancer in 1992, I had this incredible affinity with Mother Nature, even more than I had had before. I was always very in touch with plants and animals, but at that particular time, I felt her speak to me, and I wrote an album called Gaia, which is actually very appropriate now, because the lead song Gaia is about the earth singing to us about, you need to protect me, for it is you, not me, whose fate's in jeopardy. So I've always been very in touch with her and feel her, yeah.
You mentioned your parents. How do they react to your success?
Well, they're no longer with me, I'm afraid, but they were obviously very, very proud of me. Once I was really working, once I was really earning a living, and I remember my father was a beautiful singer, and he had trained as a bass baritone when he was young, but because of certain things, he decided to be a professor as well, can you imagine? So he decided that for his family it would be better to be a professor than to do a risky thing like show biz. So he was very, I think, concerned about me going into the business and wanted me to go to university and all this. But towards the end, he didn't give out compliments easily. He told me when he heard one of my albums, I hit a very high note. He said, "Well done, darling."
We are talking with Olivia Newton-John, and we've asked each of our featured artists daily in our Music That Matters Now segment to select two songs, one by you, which is coming up in just a little bit, and we'll talk a little bit more about life right now, a book that you have out, and also your foundation. But right now, another inspirational song, and you could choose any artist. You chose Lauren Daigle, a song called You Say, which we actually do play here on K-LITE. But tell me why you selected this song, Olivia, and what you hope people will take from this today.
A year and a half ago, I was having a reoccurrence of my breast cancer. I'm doing great now, but I was going through that. And somebody played me this song or suggested I listen to the song. And it just struck me at that time as a really positive song. Whatever your belief system is, it was a really positive song. And I played it a lot. And at that time, it was only known in the Christian music circles, I think, because I wasn't hearing it on the radio. It took almost a year for it to filter across the whole musical other side, which I was very grateful for, because I know she's got a wonderful voice, and I thought the song was a really good song. And it really touched me, so that was why I chose that one, because that was recent, and I think she's really good. Good album.
We're on with Olivia Newton-John, singer, songwriter, actress as well, and a four-time Grammy winner. Oh my goodness. And we're so excited to have her on as our Music That Matters Now series, as we're talking with musicians every weekday here to find out their take about what's going on in this ever-changing world, this place that we never thought we'd see ourselves in, and the power that music could have in that. Olivia, I know that you've gone through, and you shared on the last segment, your own battle with cancer, and so you maybe have a different perspective than a lot of people on this. But through all of our COVID crisis, do you see positive things? If there's a silver lining to all this, what do you hope is going to come out?
Well, that is how my brain works. I try to find the good in every situation, because that keeps you positive, and it's a kind of decision to make. And I've been through fear with this. Everybody has, because the unknown is always frightening. But as I've gained more insight as to how to protect yourself and just the important things, wash your hands, wear a mask, social contact, cleaning up if people have been in your sphere, clean everything, all these things. But I have seen such beautiful things happening. I mean, even where I live, the skies are clearer. There's no noise we don't have a lot of traffic, but no noise from cars and planes, and you can hear the birds. And I hear that there are dolphins in the Venice Canal, and there are birds in Hyde Park they've never heard before. And in Wuhan, they've got blue skies they've never had for years. So the Mother Nature, who is really in charge here anyway, and there's a beautiful poem, I don't know if you've seen it, it's a message from the coronavirus. It's really from the planet, which is really what my album Gaia that I mentioned before was about. I think that there's beautiful things going to happen. I think there's so much kindness happening, and generosity, and people helping others, and reaching out and offering free classes. And I mean, there's so much beauty, I think, in time, and everything balances out. So I'm praying that the beauty beats the bad stuff and remains with us, because it's beautiful insight into humanity. We're all in the same position. It doesn't matter if you have money or you're talented or you're, powerful. It has nothing to do with it, which is really, in a way, like the experience I've been through with cancer that has no boundaries or age limits. So it's kind of that on a huge sphere, a fear factor on a huge sphere.
Yeah.
But I think it gives us time to become aware of where we live and have gratitude and take care of her.
What do you think the influence of music is right now during this time?
I think music is extremely important. I mean, I think either to uplift you, to calm you so you can meditate, to wake you up so you can exercise and dance and have fun, to give you great memories. And all the music that people hear now is going to stick with them, because it's a time in our life that none of us will forget. So the music they hear now is going to always remain with them.
Yeah, I heard you talk about the Gaia. You also have a Gaia. Is it a Gaia spa that you have?
Yes, I have an incredible spa called Gaia Retreat and Spa that I started 15 years ago with one of my friends. It's a beautiful story, and it's in my book, actually, which ties into the song. But this Gaia Retreat and Spa is in a beautiful part of Australia near Byron Bay, and it's heaven on earth. It's the most gorgeous area, and we have the best treatments, the best healers, and the most amazing food that we grow, a lot of it on our property, and it's my favorite place to be.
Before I let you go, I promised my granddaughters I would have. They wanted to know. Please ask her, what was the favorite movie, your favorite movie that you were in? We had a little disagreement which movie we thought it would be. Do you have a favorite?
The one I like the most, or the one I like being in most?
Well, take whatever. The one you like being in.
Oh gosh, well, Greece, of course, is so special to me, and I formed so many wonderful friendships, and it's been part of my life for the last 41, almost 42 years, so that is this. But Xanadu was extremely special because in Xanadu, not only did I dance with Gene Kelly, and I got to dance with John in Greece, I mean, they're just a kiss split too. But in Xanadu, I met the father of my daughter, and if I hadn't made the movie Xanadu, I wouldn't have my Chloe. So that's, obviously the choice I'd have to make. The result was a beautiful child, and we're still friends, Chloe.
Yeah, I guess Greece, our oldest daughter, the grandkids, they said Xanadu.
We personally want to thank you for sharing your music, which we've played here. Gary and I have been together for almost 30 years.
Oh, it's hard to believe.
We've been playing your music all
Wow.
during those years here. Thank you for sharing your music, your talent, your acting, and obviously your spirit too.
Olivia, the other song that you recommended was one of your own called Don't Stop Believin'. Why did you pick that? Tell us a little bit about that song.
Because I think that song inspired me to write a book, or when I thought of what title could I use for my book, this song really says it all. John Farrar, who's my longtime friend, Aussie friend and producer, wrote the song for me. And, the chorus is, don't stop believing, you'll get by, and bad days will hurry by. And I think it was just the perfect song for now, because don't stop believing. You've got to have faith that things will be okay and that you'll be okay. And that song always made me feel good when I sang it. Hi everyone, this is Olivia Newton-John, and you're listening to LITE. And I know this is a very difficult time, but I truly believe that things are going to get good, and they're even going to be better. They will.
Oh my goodness, that is Olivia Newton-John and Don't Stop Believin', which is also the title of her book. And she shared with us off the air that she also does the audio. So if you love her voice like we do, her speaking voice as well, what a great book. So it's called Don't Stop Believin'. And maybe we'll even get some for our listeners. I love that. What a treat she was.
Why, she couldn't be
unbelievable.
This
right?
way.
Yeah.
This way.
Anyway, thank you for joining us. It's our Music That Matters Now series.